Hello, beautiful, amazing, fantastic world, and you, wonderful, wonderful individual. Today, I would like to speak about developing your sense for beauty. You know, beautiful things and considering things and seeing them as beautiful is not necessarily an ability and a skill that we have as we grow up. It really is about using your own will and your force of life, if we should call it that, to perceive and look for beauty, to also strive for beauty, being, well, having a certain feeling for it. At least I feel delighted and uplifted when I see something beautiful, something shaped wonderfully, or someone that has used time and energy and their own life force to make something beautiful. In on itself, there are countless things that are beautiful, so for me to list it up right now would just be silly of me, because everything around us is beautiful. But that feeling, that sense that this is beautifully deep, this is something almost palpable, you can almost touch it. That these feelings, these states of being, is what helps develop our buddhi or our life spirit. Just as we use our thinking to illuminate and to transform and purify our instincts, passions, pleasures, pains, and to heal them and to aspire to something greater than normally would be the case. That is working manas into the astral body. Now, with getting a sense for morals and beauty, feeling with emotions, with beauty, feeling things as beautiful, and more or less see with your body. You sense with your body. That is the best way to describe it, because in that we have a whole sense organ right here, our whole body, and it is kind of amazingly wonderful. By us cultivating beauty and perception of beauty and comprehension of beauty, being able to perceive it and to truly build that as an ability and a force within our soul and within our body, we are building buddhi into our lives, into our life force, into our etheric. Of course, when we do this, it is important to understand that we also have a body that can be quite unruly, and our physical body is actually the oldest of our and most perfect of our faculties, but it does still have lower beings plaguing and bothering us constantly. So we cannot completely sit still. We do have certain things we need to transform and to practice steadily and consistently so that we do transform it. Every day is kind of a transformation. It is only about holding that consistent, steady, constant transformation. So when we can be able to sit still, enjoy breathing, enjoy thinking, feeling, and willing, be able to work manas into the astral body, work buddhi into the life body, and be able to master our physical body as best as possible. Of course, We might not even see great results in this life or maybe even in the next life. But it is all about cultivating, practicing, and sculpting that future human being. And that is what we do by grabbing the moment, present moment, and finding out what tools and instruments we do have to be able to work upon ourselves, unfold our own inner being able to become truly human. Not in the animalistic sense or in the mechanical sense or in the habit or our shadows, darkness or traumas, but truly within our freedom to act in goodness, in freedom to act in love for another. Truly being able to cultivate and, well, perceive the freedom that we actually have. Yes, our physical body needs nourishment, sleep, and all of these things a physical being needs. But your inner being, your thinking, feeling, and willing, many of your interests and your aspirations and such, you are fully free in. That is where you can work upon yourself. And by doing so, you are unfolding your being. It is only about truly wishing to know, truly longing to know about the spiritual and the divine within all of mankind and in every individual, in every personality, and in whatever might be perceived in the spiritual world when we come that far in the first place. And I can promise you, you will get that far by truly having resolve, resolve and faith. It is a marvelous experience to be a human being and to partake in this evolution that every one of us is participating in, either we know it or not. Becoming awake in this and then be able to participate consciously and infusing mankind with good faculties and good upwards development. Not ripping people down, not being in hateful and in spiteful states of being, but instead wishing to see the good in all, wishing to uplift and to shed within us what is of evil and turmoil, chaos, and to transform whatever we can transform within us human beings. A lot of it can be transformed. Some of it has to fall away over time, but with steady, strong resolve and reverence for the work, and well, have a certain enjoyment for the work too. Having joy for the work of God. Truly living the spiritual life. And by you becoming aware of yourself, you can start working into yourself higher faculties. We don't have these higher faculties, and they are not physically outwardly reflected like almost everything we have otherwise is. These higher faculties has to be worked through us by higher beings. We have to work through them in a sense. So they give us our higher faculties by grabbing their hand and being respectful and honorable and gracious and devotional to them. It really is about having that receptive, open nature, that curious, wondrous, open nature. So there are so many things to truly perceive once you have gotten to know spiritual science. Spiritual science is not a religion in itself. It is only meant to, well, deepen understanding of any religion, truly. To deepen it is a lens you see things from. It is an instrument of perception, an instrument of understanding. That is what it is. So You unfold your instrument to be able to perceive even more and more and more. It is not, we don't find out more outside, we find more inside so we can see more outside. So the more you get to know yourself, the more you can perceive the outer world too. And by us being respectful and reverent and devotional to the higher hierarchy and to the cause and to morals, love, ethics, truth, they will cooperate with us. As long as we stop being scoundrels and stop being liars, and it really is about staying truthful, staying honest, staying in the work of the higher beings, grabbing hold of what's divine and transform our inner being to the better and to the more advanced and to the more loving, more shining, more compassionate. And I will leave you with this. I love you all. Thank you so much. May Father, Holy Spirit, Christ, the higher hierarchy, and the ancestors and the ancient masters of old, all bless, protect, guide, and love you all. And may you find your individual, unique journey to help all of mankind, so we can all connect in this beautiful grid network of love, so we all can awaken as many as possible and as much of ourselves as possible. And may you, well, be safe. Love you all. Thank you. Goodbye.